The National League is more than just a game. It's a test of strength, speed, and stamina. Players must not only have great physical prowess but also mental fortitude to last an entire season. There are no easy weeks in the NFL. Every team hits hard on both offense and defense. Players who don't have the strength or stamina to last the entire season won't make it past their first year. That's why you won't see many small players succeed in the NFL like most running backs. These guys may be fast and have good hands, but they don't have the size and strength to take constant hits from much larger players. The same goes for quarterbacks who are under 6 feet tall. They aren't built to withstand 300-pound defensive ends coming after them on every snap. Which of them has got the most strength? Marcel Darius. Marcel Darius was a great player at Alabama and continued to be a great player in the NFL. The 6'3", 339-pound defensive tackle was drafted 3rd overall by the Buffalo Bills in 2011 and had a solid rookie season. He got even better as the years progressed, leading the Bills to a 9-7 record in 2014. In 2015, he was traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars and continued his impressive play. In his first 5 seasons, he had 85.5 combined sacks, 12 forced fumbles, and 6 fumble recoveries. He also made 3 Pro Bowls and was named an All-Pro twice. Darius has a great combination of strength and speed, which makes him almost impossible to block. He combines his strength with good technique to overpower offensive linemen and get to the quarterback. He has been a great player for several years now and looks like he will continue to be for several more. Halati Ngata. Halati Ngata played college football at the University of Oregon, where he was a first-team All-American. He was drafted 12th overall by the Baltimore Ravens in the 2002 NFL Draft. The 6'4", 345-pound defensive tackle played 16 seasons in the NFL, spending his first 12 with the Ravens. He was a 6-time Pro Bowl selection and a 2-time All-Pro. He led the Ravens to win the Super Bowl in the 2012 season and was part of the team that won it in the 2000 season. Ngata was a dominating force on the Ravens' defense for most of his career. His size and strength gave offensive linemen fits and made it almost impossible to run the ball on Baltimore. Ngata was named to the NFL 2000's All-Decade Team and was one of the strongest players in the league for a long time. Vince Wilfork. Vince Wilfork was a force for the University of Miami Hurricanes and had a long and successful NFL career. The 6'2", 325-pound defensive tackle was drafted 21st overall by the New England Patriots in 2004. He spent 10 seasons in New England and 1 in Houston before retiring in 2017. Wilfork was a 5-time Pro Bowl selection and a 3-time All-Pro in his career. He was a key part of the Patriots' run to the Super Bowl in the 2007 season and helped the team win the championship in the 2014 season. Wilfork was a dominating player in the NFL due to his size and strength. He was a huge man who was incredibly hard to move and was a nightmare for opposing offensive lines. Wilfork was one of the strongest players in the league during his prime and was a key member of 2 championship teams. Nick Hayden. Nick Hayden played college football at Wisconsin and was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in the 2nd round of the 2007 NFL Draft. The 6'3", 330-pound defensive tackle played 10 seasons in the NFL, all for the Cowboys. He was a 2-time Pro Bowl selection and a 2-time All-Pro. Hayden had an impressive career, finishing with 47.5 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, and 4 fumble recoveries over his 10 seasons in the league. He was a force on the Cowboys' defense for a long time and was a key part of their run to the playoffs in 2013. Hayden was a massive defensive tackle who used his strength to push offensive linemen around. He was a frequent visitor in the offensive backfield and was one of the strongest players in the league for a time. Jason Babin. Jason Babin played college football at Western Michigan University and was drafted by the Houston Texans in the 3rd round of the 2003 NFL Draft. The 6'3", 270-pound defensive end played 10 seasons in the NFL and was a member of the Tennessee Titans, Philadelphia Eagles, and Jacksonville Jaguars. Babin was a 2-time Pro Bowl selection and a 2-time All-Pro. He finished his career with 86.5 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, and 5 fumble recoveries. Babin was a very strong player in the NFL who was very effective at getting to the quarterback. He had a good combination of speed and strength and was tough to block, even for the best offensive lineman in the league. Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell played college football at Miami and was drafted by the Denver Broncos in the 2nd round of the 2008 NFL Draft. The 6'8", 300-pound defensive end played 11 seasons in the NFL, all for the Arizona Cardinals. He was a 4-time Pro Bowl selection and a 3-time All-Pro. Campbell was a very strong player who was a disruptive force and could get to the quarterback. He finished his career with 79 sacks, 9 forced fumbles, and 4 fumble recoveries. Campbell was a very tough player who used his strength to push offensive linemen back and disrupt the quarterback. He was a very strong player and was a key contributor to the Cardinals' defense for many years. Mario Williams. Mario Williams played college football at North Carolina State and was drafted 10th overall by the Houston Texans in the 2006 NFL Draft. The 6'6", 295-pound defensive end played 11 seasons in the NFL, all for the Houston Texans and Buffalo Bills. He was a 6-time Pro Bowl selection and a 3-time All-Pro. Williams was a very strong player in the NFL who was a constant threat on the edge. He finished his career with 84 sacks, 10 forced fumbles, and 5 fumble recoveries. Williams was a great pass rusher who used his strength and speed to get around offensive linemen. He was a disruptive force on the Texans' defense and a nightmare matchup for opposing quarterbacks. Conclusion. These players were some of the strongest players in NFL history. Some are current players, while others are retired. All of these players are still remembered for their incredible strength and ability. Although football is a team sport, there are always players who stand out among their peers. These players were among the strongest in the NFL and will be remembered for it.